here we are back in the man cave at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. How are you guys doing out there? Hope my exercise routines and things have got you feeling in tip-top shape. And that you're spending a little extra time in the saddle. Got something kind of interesting this time. I purchased it with my own money, and this is a motorcycle tire remote pressure monitoring system. Now we all know that tire pressure in motorcycles is very important, as it is in all vehicles, but I guess I would have to say, since you have two wheels, it's more important on a motorcycle perhaps than it is on a car, particularly for performance. And these essentially are caps that go on top of your valves, and they have a sensor that picks up the pressure located in the tire itself. So I want to give these a try. I want to share it because it is kind of unwieldy to check your tire pressure every time you go out and ride. So first of all, I'm going to make a little guilty confession, and that is I do not check my tire pressure every time I go out and ride. If it has been a while since I've ridden, then I take a look at it, because everything leaks air. Air looks for a passage out, and it does. So, but if you're using them on a daily basis, I might widen that interval out to once a week or something like that. But it's by a company called FOBO2, TPS, Tire Pressure Monitoring System for motorcycles. And it seemed like a pretty handy product to give a try here. So stick with me. We'll do a little box opening and we'll check it out on the machine. Are you in there? Be right back. Okay, so as promised, we are right back with the FOBO2 Bike 2, or FOBO Bike 2, whatever. Anyway, here's the box. It says on the outside, real-time monitoring of tire pressure and temperature. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Remote monitoring, auto push and pull data. 3-level smart alert for a tire pressure breach. So let's see what you get in the box. A little handy slide out there. Boom. Got that. We have a brochure. Well, let's call it an operating manual. Doesn't look like it's that involved as an operating manual. I can't imagine that it would be too difficult to put this in and operate it. Here are the tire pressure valves themselves, and let's take a look and show you one. It just sort of looks like a Schrader valve, a valve cap on steroids, if you will. You still have the female threads there in a brass piece. It's larger, quite a bit larger than your normal valve cap. But then again, we've got to incorporate some sensors and things in there like that. They give you a little pull deal here. I imagine that's for the battery. So you get two of those, obviously, for the tires. Let's open up the other part of it here. Little mysterious black cardboard box in here. Let's open her up, check her out. This is a lot of stuff. What are we getting in here? Well, we are getting a, I may have to, we are getting several items, actually. I'm not too, oh, here's the batteries. You do get the batteries. And these are, well, let's just cut to the chase and say, I don't know what these are. But with my handy garage scissors, we can open these babies up and take a look at them. Oh, okay, I get it. These are replacement valves if you want to go, if you are putting in new tires. I think you could put these in. I'm guessing that these contain the sensor down here, and you could actually locate them inside your wheel rim and not have quite the size of the valve stem sticking out. I'm thinking, I hope that's the case. So we're going to find that out. We got another little piece of plastic here, and I'm going to guess. No, I'm not going to guess because I don't know what this is. Let go of me. Use our scissors. Open that little puppy up, and well, nice to guess what they are. It looks like some kind of a bracket or a jig to hold it in place. Not sure how that plays into things, but we shall find out. Then there are some hexes in another plastic bag that we have here. Again, not sure what all that works out to be, but let me consult the manual and get back to you. So just read the manual. What a novel thought, I know. What you do is you unscrew the top of the valve from the bottom portion, and inside there is your battery. So you remove the paper insulation holding the battery in place, and that will activate the monitoring. So let's see if I can do that. Got the piece of paper out. Put the battery back fully into its position. Then we take the top part of the cap. Oh, the camera's having a hard time catching up with me here. And then we put it back on here and thread it together. Just like that. And I think we do that twice. So I'll do the second one off camera and then put them on the machine. Bear with me. So I have both valves now. The batteries are activated, and the steps we take are we download the app onto our phone, and then we install these, I think. I'll let you know. Stand by. All right, a couple of discoveries along the way here. It is FOBO bike. It is not oboe bike. FOBO, F-O-B-O. And I entered FOBO bike, and it came right up on my phone. Came right up. So I'm going to get that. Yes, I am. And it's now winding to load on the machine. So stand by, and I'll let you know how this goes. By way of comparison, here is the FOGO tire pressure monitoring valve cap, and here is the standard tire pressure monitoring cap. They're quite a bit different in size, but and maybe a little in weight, but not a bunch. Anyway, just for comparison. Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I do have the rear sensor installed, and the tire pressure is low. It sets a band, and I think it alarms at 29 psi. So I'm low. I need to add some pressure. Interestingly, I cannot put the front tire pressure sensor on because it is too big. Oh, come on back. Get me in focus here. It is too big, and it hits my brake caliper as it goes around. So I am going to ride with the rear one on for a while. I'm going to increase the pressure on that rear tire and see how that works out here, but can't put the front one on. I guess I might be able to do so. Oddly enough, this is a time when the 90-degree valve angles kind of is a problem, because sticking 90 degrees, it runs into the brake caliper, as I said. But I'm going to add the air pressure. Are you in there? I'm going to add air pressure to that rear tire and see if it takes it out of the alarm and the too low. Rear tire on the Aprilia is supposed to be 33 pounds, as I recall. Up 36 pounds. And I'll put some pressure in there and we'll do another check on it. Hey in there. Kind of scrunched down here. So I've just added air in there to the tire, and we're showing 37 psi on that rear tire. The manual says 36 point something anyway. For street work, within a pound is pretty good, probably. We're not going to be doing any tracking or anything like that. It does bring up a little bit of a point to make, however, and that is that there's a disagreement between this and the valve that I use to put air in the tires, or the pressure gauge I use to put air in the tires, and that won't be unusual. Your dilemma is, which one will you believe? And absent having taken them down and had them calibrated lately, you're just going to have to make a choice. So I went with the sensors that came with the new remote tire pressure monitoring system because they were newer, don't have any other choice. About a pound or so difference between the two gauges that I was using. And I went with the sensors. The other thing is, as you plug it in and get it calibrated, it says to put your smartphone right on the sensor. And I had a protective cover on my smartphone, and that seemed to be the issue. I couldn't get it to connect, and I put my took my SP cover off, and it connected and identified it and started it up right away. So we're going to ride with it for a while, and I'll stay with you and report on it, and I'll let you know what I feel about it. So I think that's not a bad introduction. It's a little interesting that cap does interfere with the front brake caliper up there. One situation where that 90-degree valve, inflator angle valve, which I so often comment on and I love, just happened to be in the way. But that's what it is. It is what it is, as a wise philosopher once said. So we'll take it out on the road, try it out, and watch our tires pressures as we go along. But it's installed, it's working. First impressions, I like the idea. A little disappointed I couldn't get it on that front tire. But hey, we got the rear tire monitor. That might be the most important one. Okay, back.